as the night falls and you start to dream, we're busy at work behind the scenes. We plan your path, automate with ease, delivering your emails while you catch some Z. No limit emails, we're the team you need. We plan, automate, and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're making magic happen, promises to keep. No limit emails, we're the team you need. We plan, automate, and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're making magic happen, promises to keep. From data to design, we've got it all. Building your success, standing tall. With every click, every send we make, your dreams come alive before you wake. No limit emails, we're the team you need. We plan, automate, and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're the email masters, promises to keep. Rest easy now, we've got your back. From start to finish, we're right on track. With no limit emails, you can trust our name. In the world of email, we change the game. No limit emails, we're the team you need. We plan, automate, and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're the email masters, promises to keep. So close your eyes, leave it to us. With no limit emails, there's no fuss. We're the ones who never rest. Planning, automating, delivering the best.
All right. Can you guys hear me now or not? You can unmute. You can unmute. Right. You can unmute. A little bit weird internet flow.
Okay.
Once more, good evening all, and welcome to No Limit Email's monthly member show. I'm just going to bring all the member on screen just a moment, and we will introduce ourselves, and we will enjoy ourselves on the stream. And let's go ahead, see, you can see on the image, on the thumbnail, we have Barbara, we have Hafer, we have Tom, we have Joe, we have Chris, we have Jose, and quite a few of us live on the live room. And now I will bring the live room to on screen, and we will meet No Limit Emails members. Here we go. I am Evan, one of the founder of No Limit Emails. Good evening, all members. Welcome. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Doug Halfpenny. I've been around No Limit Emails now over 4 years, and I was around at the beginning. So we'll get to that story after we hear from Barb.
Hey everyone, I am Barb Ling, a very quiet, shy, reserved individual who absolutely adores emailing, and you'll hear about that too when we're ready to see us all on the side.
Nice.
Chris,
Hey, hello, my name is Chris Shulo, and I am just your everyday run-of-the-mill internet marketer that got sick and tired and fed up with things like MailChimp, Constant Contact, and Aweber, and was looking for an alternative, and Evan and Doug came together and introduced me to a solution that I cannot believe is the most incredible thing that we have going. But you're going to hear more about that later. And I don't know if we have Tom or Jose on. Are either of them available to you?
Well, we can introduce Tom. Tom is one of our members in emails.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yes,
we can.
hey!
Okay, I've been a member of No Limit Emails for a couple of months. I just recently purchased my third system because I'm so impressed with it. Plus all the numbers, plus especially Evan. I'm currently at work with a background license. So, yeah. I'm totally pleased, and I couldn't recommend it higher. Up to the next member.
Thank you, Tom. Hopefully Joe can join us if he's not.
Hello, everyone.
Oh,
Hello,
there
we
he
can hear
is.
Joe.
Yeah. Hi,
Joe.
yeah, my name's Joe Tunnity. I've been part of No Limit Email for about 4 months or so, and I can say this honestly, it's one of the best experiences that I've experienced so far when it comes to marketing and online marketing. So yeah, I got involved in No Limit Emails because I wanted to learn how to do it properly and how to do it well. And what I've learned so far is that Evan is an amazing person when it comes to support and teaching us the game of email marketing. It's been an awesome experience. But yeah, that's everything I'd like to mention right now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. Kind words, guys, and I really appreciate all of you. As you know, I'm just like kind of a helping hand for everybody in here, and hopefully in this stream we can kind of highlight some of the exclusive and really amazing stuff we all been doing together in the last few months. Let's go ahead and just ask Doug to tell us a little bit story about No Limit Emails, as Doug really know the from beginning till this moment. And hopefully you enjoy that story, and then we kick in this evening with all the other members. Obviously, your inputs is important to us and also to me personally. And it's been absolutely amazing to work with all of you and work with you and be with you almost every day, last 100 days in a row. And it's been an amazing experience for myself. For that, I personally thank you a lot, all of you. It's just been amazing. Please, Doug, tell us a little bit about the story of No Limit Emails.
Yeah, it was an interesting time in internet marketing. There was a pub on Friday nights that was frequented by some pretty good marketers. They called themselves honest marketers, and they met every Friday. And until everybody was had much to drink, it was really enlightening. And Tim started to show up on Friday nights, and he would just listen. For the most part, he introduced himself and then quietly listened to what was going on. And there were a lot of complaints at the time about the ability to email and how the most of the email systems at one time or another would shut you down for doing something wrong. And there was a lot of discussion back and forth. And so Evan one evening spoke up and basically said, well, why don't you just start your own autoresponder system and get away from all these problems, do it on your own domains? And they told him, basically, it can't be done. And so that we are the benefactors of them telling Evan that it couldn't be done, because you can't tell Evan that it can't be done, because he'll just turn around and do it. And which is what he did. And within months, very few months of that meeting, the beginnings of No Limit Emails was starting to come out. And so pretty soon, Evan had a system that he was using to market on the internet. And I watched him send emails, and I helped him with editing his emails, because 4 years ago, his English was, well, his written English was not that good. So we went through a lot of times. He would give me an idea what he wanted, and I would write it, and then he would tell me how he'd like it changed, and I would write it, and we'd send emails. And he was sending thousands of emails out on this little system. And I say little system, it turned out to be anything but little. It was his own system on his own domain, and at the back end, he and his partner were working on No Limit Emails as a system. And in over the next 3 or 4 years, they kept perfecting it, and until we decided to do a challenge. And you're looking here at some of the challengers, me being one of them, one of the first ones. And it's been quite a wild ride.
Thank you for that, Doug. And what's your personal experience been before you actually joined No Limit Emails?
I had spent about $27,000 or so trying to market on the internet and trying to make some money, and all it was just sending good money after bad. And so I bought every shiny object. I bought everything that looked like it should, that they told me would work, and none of them worked. But when I got a No Limit email system, suddenly I didn't need landing page builders, website builders, email system. I had it all there, all in one package. Even had this system actually that we are right now talking on. It was actually built into my system when I got my system.
That's amazing. I mean, you've been there from day one, from that conversation I had with a group of really well-known marketers, as well as a good friend of mine and yours, and everybody in this room know these people pretty well. And we all, as marketers, we did have a huge problem. And huge problem of account shutdown, account suspension, list has been hijacked, and all this kind of really crazy stuff. And to myself, that's when really like pushed me to build a solution for ourselves and for myself to first of all see if it worked. Like this No Limit email system came about really to solve my own problem with my partner, as we could not do the emailing. So in that room, because so much experience in that room was, and I genuinely wanted to ask all the product creators, why can't we create one that really separates us from all this stuff happening to us? And of course, they told us it's impossible. They said it's too expensive to do, and they said it requires a big commitment. And that's exactly what I, with my partner, did. And we, as you mentioned, we've been working on it the last 4 years. And we invited, at that time, as you already know, we invited as 30 email marketers to actually beta test, not for 30 days, but actually 60 days. And we extended that testing to 60 days for 30 email marketers. Plus, at that time, there was 5 competitors. people who was launching one-time type autos on this other platforms. We even invited 5 of them to actually give a test run. So some of those people in the end asking us if they just can use our system to hook on the one-time thing so it works. But so like we said, okay, if you really that's what you want, it's only going to cost you a couple $100 a month. You can actually hook it up, it will work. And we actually did provide a couple of them, and they're still happy with the system. They never left us. And you all know No Limit Emails is literally just because I had that domain, that's what we called it. But really is white label, software build, server build on your own domains. As you all know, you probably will share your screens with us in a moment. You would show them like your email setting, your email examples. So like not just about me talking about it. I really love to hear what's your personal experience with me, myself personally, and as well as a whole team in the No Limit Emails kind of family. As you all know, from day one, we called it family because it really is. And we look at everyone in our kind of like table as our family. And therefore, there's no distinction between the builder and the members. So all of you, all owners or operators of No Limit Emails, and of course, you're all partner with No Limit Emails in many sense. Hopefully, you guys have a great experience than what we experienced, because we never stop. We always evolving and evolving, and to give you guys a little bit better experience than what we want happened for us, and we want to happen exactly same thing for all our members. So tell us a little bit about yourself, how your journey is being, Chris, with No Limit Emails so far.
Well, I'm a little bit different because I started out on the retail side. I had a computer store, and I started marketing myself on the internet back in 1992, and I ran that business up until the market crashed in 2007, 2008. Shortly after that, I started up a new business. I was working on mine. At that time, products started flooding in from China, killing any kind of profit margins that there were in anything that I was doing, anything I was selling. And I had decided at that point to stop selling physical products and move more towards digital products. So after spending about 20 grand advertising, promotion through Bing ads, Google ads, solo ads, different autoresponders, I had the same problem that you can build an email list up fairly simply. But maintaining that email list and converting that email list into revenue is a whole separate story, a whole separate animal. And the problem that you have is if you make changes and you're paying a service like MailChimp or Aweber autoresponders, you only have a limited finite number of emails a month you can send. And once you hit your minimums, they charge you a lot extra more for adding extra things to it, adding extra sends, adding extra customers, adding extra email, and they build it up and build it so it no longer becomes affordable for you to market through any longer. Then heaven forbid you get a couple people complaining about the emails, and then they decide to shut down your account and keep your list of emails. So if you don't keep that constantly updated, then you could lose your entire list, and then you have to find somebody else and you got to negotiate with them. And it became such a hassle for me that when Evan came along, and I was in the same group, Doug was in, and knew Evan from the group. Evan would oftentimes introduce really cool products to us that were great, and he had a really good reputation with us in the group. So I had kept an eye out on what Evan and Doug were doing, and Evan actually reached out to me and said, hey, I like what you're doing. I made a presentation in the group. They kind of laughed at my idea. My idea was silly. Evan says, why don't I go ahead and send out some emails for you? You want what, 20,000 emails? And he sent out 20,000 emails for me, and I was on the verge of quitting what I was doing because I was having trouble with autoresponders and trouble with everything else. So what I do as a hobby, because I can't get around as well as I used to, because of health issues, I used to be a certified race speaker for a couple of different denominations. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't go to church service on Sunday and stand for the half hour. So I decided to take these sermons and sell them. And Evan reached out to me and said, hey, I think what you're doing is really good business. Let me send you out some emails. And he did, and I made a bunch of sales off those emails. And from that point forward, I said, this is different. This is something relatively different. So I got my first small system off of him just to test it. 2 months later, I upgraded my system to the larger system. And 2 months later, I upgraded to the larger system that Evan had available. And I now send unlimited emails. The story that they like to talk about is the system is so intuitive and so easy to use. And Doug's already laughing because he knows what it is I'm going to say. I actually sent 500,000 emails one time when I fell asleep. As I was doing my email stuff late at night one night, I got tired, and I said, I'll just put a message in my email in the morning. I'll just sit here and I'll send it in the morning and everything will be okay. As I fell asleep during the night, my hand hit the button to send the emails. So as I slept, the system sent out over 500,000 emails in a couple hours for nothing, for virtually nothing. There was no offer, no nothing on the email. When I woke up in the morning, I looked at it, I said, wait a minute, what is this doing? 500,000, it was 240,000 emails were sent. And I said, I don't remember sending those. And I went to open up the email, there was nothing in it. I said, oh no, what did I do? And then I realized I must have hit the button while I was asleep. So the system is a pretty smart system. It is pretty intuitive, but how many people out there send 500,000 emails in a matter of just a few hours? Could you imagine doing that with MailChimp or Aweber? Or could you imagine if I had to call MailChimp and say, that 500,000 emails that I sent out for my account was an accident because I was sound asleep? You're going to have to give me a discount on the $3,000 bill that you just sent me for doing that. And say, no, that would never happen. They would not be that forgiving. So every day that I'm on No Limit Emails and send 30, 40, 50,000 emails a Monday, I'm thankful for this challenge that Evan undertook. And I'm thankful for No Limit Emails. It is a game changer. But thank you, Evan. I know I have said it in the past, but thank you. Your system is a game changer. So that being said, I'm going to toss it over to someone who a lot of you know, one of the most famous and prolific teachers and coaches on the internet today, our good friend Bartley. There you go.
Thank you so much, Chris. Wow, No Limit Emails, how did I stumble upon it? I was in the right place at the right time, and I recognized where the future kind of sort of is going and how incredibly important it is to be able to reach out to my customers, to my network, without having to jump through 30,762 hoops, so to say. What really sold me on the system it's what Evan had mentioned earlier, the family, really, the community, the way we're all there to help one another, and the ability of the system to follow the rules for cold email outreach, to be able to get messages in front of individuals without breaking any of Google's rules or Weber's rules or what have you. But yes, the future is definitely just barreling ahead, and I myself recognize that, wow, I really have to up my email game, but oh my gosh, the prices charged by their name campaigns, like active campaign, I think that's what they call it. If you go over X number of leads in your account, and then you're bumped up, your price is bumped up something like 4,832. The fact that you have to pay for leads that are unsubscribed but still in your account, it's exciting. So, like I said, I was in the right place, the right time. I saw our good friend Doug's message about no limit emails, joined and said, oh my gosh, haven't looked back since. I can 327% recommend no limit emails. I have never encountered a community as helpful, as supportive, and a tool that just basically takes everything to the next limit. Have you ever seen such an ability, like where the creator of the software that you're using is there every single day, literally? Morning and night. I don't even know if that's the for that morning, for that matter. But anyways, yep, that is my experience. I bought my second machine in this account, and like I said, cannot recommend it highly enough. So let me see who else. We can pass it to Tom.
We can pass it to Tom. Yeah. Tom, can you hear us? Doesn't matter if you're in the background working, but if Tom's working for sure. We already met Tom.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I was in a private membership group, and I saw Doug's invitation to try out your system, and luckily I took advantage of it, and it's been unbelievable. I mean, you hardly charge anything for it. You're supplying basically 24 hours, 7-day a week support. You can only put a couple YouTube videos together, plus your Sony Song a day, and there's always people in the Jitsu room, emails room, where you can ask questions, get your questions answered. You can share your screen, show what you're doing, give advice. Plus, the system's unbelievable. The amount of emails you can send out. I've already gone through 2 of the million email challenges. The first one, we sent out 1 million emails over a 30-day period. The second challenge, we were sending 1 million emails one day. Plus, we did that a couple days in a row. So I bought my third system, and I'm ready to start that one.
Yeah.
With a beard too.
Thank you so much for that, Tom. As kind of mentioned, I wanted to kind of touch on that, like just piggyback what Tom said about sending emails. Let me start again with Doug. Before no limit emails, really, did you actually ever thought that you will be in a position to send 1 million emails every time you could press that send button?
Never. Like never. 1 million emails sounded absolutely ridiculous. We used to talk on Friday nights at that familiar online pub, and they'd talk about sending 1,500, 2,000, what they had on their list, which would have been 4,000 or 5,000, but they never sent them all at the same time because they were afraid of breaking the rules or break something. And but now it's a real charge in the 30-day challenge. Especially the way it's set up now, on day 30, you send 1 million and some. I sent 1,040,045 emails. One click and watched it go over 1 million emails. It took, I forget how long, it doesn't matter. Anyway, but even more impressive than that is Tom, because Tom sent his 1 million emails on that day from his phone. From his phone, he did the whole 30-day challenge from his phone at work. Yeah. On his breaks, he went on his phone and did it. So you don't need a computer, you don't need a high-powered laptop or a big desktop, or like you could do this from a tablet, from an iPad, and that would be easy because Tom could do it from a phone, which completely blew me away. And now he's got his third system, and he's gonna do that from his phone. So,
and one more thing, Doug, before like no limit emails came about, especially when you joined, and the period that you've been in, how big did your list become, and what type of environment that this kind of opened up?
In the beginning, with email marketing and autoresponders, at the very beginning, you could load a list up, but they stopped that very shortly after, and then they made it so that you had to gather your list from online forums and whatever. I found that media buying was really quite interesting, and I found some outlets that allow me to purchase email addresses. And actually, the last time I counted, it was 1.7 billion emails is what I have, and I'm in the process of working through them and cleaning them. I'm looking for automation to actually help me because I can only do 1 million at a time on my system, on my computer, and I mean it's okay, but and that actually I have even more. I think about another 800 million or so. So it's over 2 billion emails that I now have.
So basically, from a short period of time, right? Having 0 email list, now
Yep.
you've become almost one of the biggest email data broker in Canada.
I think I have more email addresses than Elon.
Government.
Certainly more than the government, for sure, because they only need 35, 40 million, right? Because that's how many Canadians there are.
That's
But yeah, it's been a hoot. Like it made it so that when my friend said, "Hey, I want to be in No Limit Emails challenge," at the end of the challenge, I gave him 1 million email addresses. I mean, it's way worth it. to do that. And the system verifies them. So I even said to them when I gave them 1 million emails that if it doesn't come up to 1 million after you put them through No Limit Emails Verifier, just tell me and I'll give you more and we'll make up to the 1 million for sure.
Amazing. So what's your experience been so far actually with processing email itself? I mean, like people look at us, we're talking about email, obviously, like what is your personal experience been with the actual process of sending emails, i.e. reaching out more people, generating the traffic? How's that been like?
I actually expected cold emails to land with a thud, and yet they didn't. We send them out. It's sometimes a little slow. Sometimes it's 0.7% or 1%, but then it seems to grow over time, and up to some of them are up 7 and 8% opens on email sends, which I thought that was unheard of on cold emails. But they must be landing in the inbox because people are opening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they definitely been delivered 100%. Go ahead, Chris.
Did you want me to share with the folks that are viewing what emails they can send?
Absolutely. You
with
share
our
the
system?
screen.
I will share my screen with you because I mentioned to you that I do church sermons. I'm actually able to send an entire church sermon, images, and order buttons, and everything else via email. This is the actual email that I just sent this morning. And it is a sermon where they could purchase the actual second half of my sermon for $3.99, and I can register. They can look up previous sermons I have. And it is an actual online business that I'm running, and I never could have gotten to this point without No Limit Emails, because there's donations to most of the sales I get. I do donate come in-house. But, this is what your email actually looks like. It's coded to your customers. And this is just a WordPress website. It comes out with their first name, and this is your sermon for this week coming up. And they get this in their inbox, and they can look at it and view it and use the email. It works quite well. So go ahead and stop sharing that and come back to the actual. Look, there is really now. If I would have a video embedded, that video would also play right inside of your email. And there's systems out there, services out there that charge quite a bit of money to do that for you, and it's included in No Limit Emails. This is not your grandpappy or grandma's email. This is not your Facebook chat. This is email for the 2020s. It is the email for the new century. Email, of course, came out almost 2 years ago. They're using email. This has changed the game because, as Dougie was talking about that members group that we were both in, they would talk about having an email list of 3,000 to 4,000 people, and I'd be so jealous, saying, "Oh, how did they get so many people doing that now? How could they send out 3,000 or 4,000 emails? That's insane. How could someone possibly do that?" That sermon that you just saw there, I sent out over 100,000 of them this morning. That's for next week's service. I'm going to send out probably another 100,000 over the next couple of days to people that are just subscribers, not buyers. So the list segmentation, and that's the biggest thing. You can set your customers up and who are your warm visitors, who are the people that open your emails when they get them, who are the people that buy stuff, so you can make buyers lists. That is a game changer. You don't get that in some of the other systems. You just don't. And to be able to segment my audience, I signed up for the one system under Doug. He gave me 1 million emails. Yeah, 1 million emails is a lot. When you start sending 100,000 a day, 1 million emails is not that big. You can't reach everyone. You can't touch everyone. But when you send those cold emails out, and I send them out in 30, 40, 50,000 chunks at a time, cold emails, and people open the emails and read them, and I save those into an warm open file, I know that almost every time I send my emails out there, I'm going to get well over a 50% open rate. Last week, I had one of my warm emails open up at an 80% rate. Open. How does that happen? How do you get an 80% open rate? Now, granted, there were only a couple hundred people in that group, but over 80% of them opened the email. If I could sell my product 35, 40, 50 times a day, 50 sales a day, that's pretty good. I'd say that's a win. And if I had a commercial business that sold products for even more money, 50, 60, 70, 80, a couple $100 pop, it's really, No Limit Emails is really, really the game changer. Now, I came into selling digital products late, but Barb has been selling digital products for a while. So I want her to tell you, if you have digital products or selling digital products, that this is definitely something to look at. So I'm going to throw this over to you, Barb. Tell me your story.
Hey there again. Yeah, if you are building your business online, if you are creating a stable, or you want to create a stable income online, one of the best ways to do that is to create your own products and promote them online. And once you have done all of that work that's required for creating that product, well, of course, you're going to want to get that word out. And what the benefit of No Limit Emails is that once you have created your stable base, once you have that thriving network of folks that follow you and want to know what it is that you share, that you're going to release in next week, next month, etc., like boom, that would then translate into virtually guaranteed buyers. And that's one of the cool things about No Limit Emails. Not guaranteed buyers, mind you, all of that kind of stuff. But the guaranteed buyers comes from your ability to grow your base, grow your network, grow your fan club, so to say, so that people want to hear from you, and people want to join your newsletter or join your mailing list, so that they will be alerted what is the next thing that you're releasing. So because, hey, I want to rush my way, be the first one to invest in it. Creating that stable base, creating that networking opportunity, I have not seen anybody else, any other service provider, offer this ability at such an insanely low investment. everybody should be scaling up the price at least 10 times for what it is. All
Don't tell
of
them.
that.
Don't tell them. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's all good. Actually, you know what's interesting about that part? When you're talking about your own people, it's coming from your own domain. This is your system built on your domain. So that they know who you are. When they get an email from you, it's from you. It's actually not from No Limit Emails. As Evan said at the beginning, that was the name they used because they had the domain. But it's really white label to your name, to your business.
Yeah. So, like I said, I have not seen a service, a provider, and most importantly, the main guy who's created this entire system cares so much. He literally will spend hours tracking down what an issue might have been. I recently had one because I didn't quite understand how, what is it called? Workflows in email, how it works. I understand it now perfectly. But yeah, he got what I wanted to have happen working. And try to get that kind of support from the well-known autoresponders out there. Spoiler, you won't. You really won't. So as far as selling digital products, building up your base, getting that stable platform from which you can then grow your online empire, you just can't beat it.
You can't beat it.
That is my statement.
Yeah. And when you run into a problem, as you said, who are you going to talk to? Like when you come onto the members room, this members room also has the creator of the system in it 90% of the time. As a matter of fact, he's made videos, like over 1,000 videos in the last 4 years, 3.5 years, whatever it is. And I was on all those videos. I watched all those videos, and he never missed a night unless he lost internet or electricity. That was the only time he didn't show up. So he had no personal time away from us. He gave all that time to us.
I will continue to do that for sure.
Yeah,
I do keep switching my camera on and off just because the bandwidth drops, and I don't want the live stream to freeze. That's the only reason. I'm not being kind of ignoring you guys. So
Well, not hiding behind your camera, right?
So now and then I'll switch off because I get like a loop in OBS in the side and it drops my signal. As soon as I switch the camera off, it comes back on. But right now we're stable. Really, thank you so much, all of you guys. As you all know, we are like family, really, and we work all together. And I try to personally to be there every day, just like Doug mentioned. Is last 3.5 years. And previous years that I used to do 2 live streams, one on Wednesday, one on Sundays. And lately, since we started the challenge rounds, and we've been every day so far, we have not really failed. Only one day I was maybe late because we didn't have no networks. As Doug mentioned, really my kind of goal in here is really be there every day and every minute that I can. Only time really I'm not available to kind of answer DMs or questions when really I have a few hours sleep. But anything beside that, and I'm always available because I really understand when like really there's an issue, and it's important that we take care of it then as humanly possible. And of course, my partner Thiago is also kind of like available, basically because I'm eyes and ears of the system, and he's on kind of like really administrative side of things. So we just trying to protect him a little bit, so not hassle him too much because he also has a lot to do. But as a representation person for the No Limit Emails, really since the day we went live, it's always been me in front in it, kind of putting my neck in the line, so to speak, my own personal reputation in the line, and as well as really everything that I personally have. As you all know, that is like our transparency is transparent as can be because really there's nothing hidden from our members, and our members are part of the basically system because you guys actually own the system, like I mentioned, it's really not ours, and is built as a white label to kind of to the domain that you guys choose. And obviously you all mentioned you all have multiple accounts, multiple different brands that you present, and we look at after every single one of them exactly the same way, as you all know. So we don't say okay, we favor this system but not that system, so forth. So every one of us, including myself, having a couple more systems myself. When it comes to the really working tool wise, I personally have suffered quite a lot of frustration with a lot of the other tools over the years, and we try to stay away from that much as we can. Only time sometimes we kind of beat the system that beat once, besides security reasons, and sometimes we upgrade systems and give each other servers a bit more kind of space and more stability, and that's when we really bleed the system for a few hours. And since we actually being live, working as like in the public, and our really downtime never being 24 hours. So we've never been offline for a period of just 24 hours, and we will keep on that kind of promise. Anything in our power that try to bring it back on basically online as soon as possible. We try to do that, as you all know, on group chats. If something happens in the system, you guys get heard first, and like there's no kind of delays as what's going on, so all you kind of really know what's happening. And I think that's really important. We ourselves, myself, never received service like that from anyone else, just like what we mentioned, when it comes to the service side of things. And when it comes to the price side of things, we had a goal in the beginning. Our goal was to make an email as really almost free as a text. So, I'm just like puzzling myself and saying, okay, I'm texting everybody on my phone, on Wi-Fi, I'm not paying anything. We send video to each other, we don't pay anything. Why email can be like that? And then obviously we discovered email is kind of like post office kind of material, that everything that goes is got to be stamped, so it requires payment. And we try to do something again, is okay, it's a paid system, but really the amount of value that we do becomes almost free, as you're all experiencing that yourself. So when it comes to the volume, when it comes to the money, the price that we pay, when it comes to really working time that actually to provides without hassle, literally the price is laughable. And that's why we approach some big companies, honestly, when we tell them our price, they almost kick us out the door and say, you guys are joking or something, like, it's not possible, yeah. Lost. And then until they actually end up having a system for a few weeks and experimenting. Oh, so yeah, that's actually, it is true. We did actually introduce a couple of big companies. They were paying well over $500,000 a year for the emails and stuff. And we reduced that to $5,000 to $6,000 a year. And they did not leave it, like first they don't leave it, like, and then they experience.
Hey, Evan, if somebody wants to get in touch with one of us and talk to us more about No Limit Emails or the system, are you going to include our contact information down in the bottom of the YouTube video?
Yes, actually, there's a doc
Oh, that's
already
a good idea.
there. Yeah, there's a doc in there. In that doc, you guys can add all the information. Barbara's already did hers. You have your banner in there. But right now is editable to all of us. And when you all add your information to that, or remove editing out of that, we will make another copy of that. We will share it in the group. Yeah, you guys go ahead and kind of like punch in your details in there. Sure.
Because I'm sure there's people that are interested in what Dougie has to do and interested in what Barb does. Or they're running a physical business that ships physical products, and they want to talk to someone that's been down the road. So I think that the three of us are here, and Tom, it is available to be able to assist them, help them, or lead them in the right direction, make sure that their emails is the right step for them, and what to anticipate and what it's going to take to set a system up and to go forward from it. Because it's not something that happens overnight. It does take a little bit of time to warm up your email servers to get people used to getting the kind of emails coming from your system and maturing your system so that you can be in a position at the end of the month to send a million emails without people questioning whether this is a legitimate business or not that's sending them, or whether this is a scammer. And this is why this warm-up process, this maturing process, maturing your IPs so that Google accepts us as a legitimate business, a legitimate company is so important. But it does take a little bit of time to do that. And getting that part started out of the way and putting together plans is invaluable. So I have to be leaving now. I wish all of you the very best success down the road. I will be, I'm sure, talking to Barb and Doug, if not later this evening, tomorrow. And Evan, of course, every day.
It's like every day.
Yeah, I hope if you take the time to watch this, you get the idea, you get the essence of what we're doing here, and you think maybe this is a solution because it is eye-opening, amazing, and believe it or not, it works. So,
Another thing, too.
Yeah.
Another thing, Chris, is that with what this room has done for me, and I think you as well, is it's shown us all the tools that Evan's found that are inexpensive or free, and that's us to avoid spamming, to avoid saying the wrong thing at the wrong time,
creating headlines that actually make people click on your content.
Yes, all of that.
Mind.
But the help that's available here has been just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
It's
so
great.
much, Chris. If you want to leave for sure, we don't
All right, I got to be going. I will talk to you guys soon. All right. Thank you for inviting me tonight, Evan. Hopefully, I'll see you guys again next month.
Yeah,
Next time we have one of these.
Yeah, we will
And
do once every
we'll go
month
from
for
there.
sure.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Thank
See
you,
ya.
guys. Have a
Bye-bye.
good evening. Have a good Sunday. Yeah, it's been absolutely amazing kind of learning curve for myself as well. Like, especially working together and dealing with really what the issues are and solving them there, like, really as kind of fast as we can. And for me, it's been absolutely amazing to have a collaborative room that really is not restricting us, like, doesn't kind of kick us out every 2 minutes and kind of doesn't ask us to pay, and there's no adverts popping up every 2 minutes and kind of distracting us. So my own experience being like, honestly, just out of this world with this collaborative room that we have within the No Limit Emails group, and it's just itself alone, really. I mean, if it was a mastermind that they want to charge me a couple $100 every month, and then there's people there every time that I wanted to be on, with no kind of time restriction on myself, I would join instantly. And it's been like that, as you all kind of experiencing same things that I have. Live element, obviously, No Limit Emails is like one part, obviously, the email, and the other part is basically live streaming, as we are live streaming through No Limit Emails. And that part alone is just with admission fee by itself. And as you all know, we really don't charge anything for live stream elements, live streaming for hours. You could do whatever you want to do with it as kind of like free tool. And even then, lots of our older friends, they would not really kind of believe this was possible. Like the actual, we've been on this live element stuff, we've been in this groups, been online meetings, as kind of Doug mentioned in that kind of old market, this kind of group that we had used to hang out together. And we've been using this kind of tool for a while, but none of us actually prepared to make one, to actually make it in a way that everybody could really use freely and without restriction, without obligation, without data collection. So we try to do something a little bit more kind of interesting for all of us. And of course, this live element is not is free for the whole world to use. Obviously, if it's useful for people, we're just glad to give it to everybody to utilize. And I'm sure you guys now doing your kind of like teachings, your meetings, your talks with family, friend, business with it. And I personally do it all the time with it. As you all know, all of our No Limit Emails group and onboarding, we do face-to-face, just like how we are right now. And as you all know, there is nothing better, have a human-to-human, face-to-face, instead of this robot chats and articles, try to help and all that. So all that stuff was driving us crazy. So we decided not to do anything like that at all in our work. And it's proving to be very, very beneficial to all of us. And we will continue maintaining it, and we will continue improving it. Of course, with the No Limit email side of things, is just totally insane. It's literally insane opportunity for myself to use it as a user. That's just one thing. But then also really amazing service setup that we could not really find anywhere else in the world, that somebody could offer us dedicated IP server, SMTP, SSL security, cyber security for the data security and data basically enhancement technologies, intelligence tools for email, like spam filters, email verifiers, all that kind of stuff. All is being jam-packed into one basically environment that is so flexible you could use it with any kind of domain you have. And that itself is really, I could not really find anywhere that could offer me similar thing. I looked everywhere in the internet. I could not find one company, even one higher, giving me the basically few dedicated IPs to send emails. So just searching for dedicated IP, every company that I went, it was asking me anything between $500 to $1,500 a month just rent for dedicated IP. As you know, your systems that you guys have right now has 5 IPs plus have a few IPs kind of separate, like kind of a backup. So literally the system that on the challenge side we have more than 7, 8 IPs for them, and just in case one burn or something happens, we try to back things up, basically backup of backup, backup of backup. So as we know how important really business data is, and going back on to answer, kind of like hook back onto the what Barbara just said about really the ability to own your own data and control your own data, and as well as have another ability to reach out mass amount of people without breaking rules and laws. And that itself for me has been totally game changing, because
Yep.
I never wanted to kind of break law in my life, and I don't want anybody in our network to do it either. But we also understand as a business we need to reach out to more people. Social doesn't work for me really. I mean, as you know, my Facebook's already got hacked, so it doesn't matter, it's dead. So, but our email still works. We still can reach out to millions of people without really relying on social media, for example. I mean, right now in my life, really in my kind of ecosystem, as you all know, really I don't post anything in social in the sense of try to get sales. It doesn't work anymore. It maybe a few
Yeah.
years ago worked, but really right now doesn't work. But for us to scale things up, the way that you guys are able to reach millions of people without really hassle, without really big cost, I think that itself is just huge kind of benefits, because I know you cannot really run a business if your rent is too high, more than business makes. I mean, it's like we try to go the other way. We try to reduce the price instead of going up. And as you all witnessing, especially that was the story. Since the day we went live, really, we have not increased our price single cent. And plus, we obviously, as you all know, we share a revenue with our kind of members, which is your all kind of associates with us, and we like to pay your fees so your systems are actually free. So Doug can tell you a little bit about that, how systems actually really can be free and without really costing much.
Yeah, that was right at the beginning when Evan said they're going to have an affiliate program. I said that sounds like a great idea, especially that way when you reach out to your friends and you give them the possibility to make money with the system. So that the system, if you manage to get 3 people in the system, basically yours is free, and you can't ask for any better than that. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained, as Barb will attest to, and
Never.
never, because I just checked the other room. I have 2 rooms running right now on my laptop. I have this room, which is the email masters, and I have our members room also running in the background. Now I've muted the tab, but it's been going 345 hours straight, and most of the time it's had somebody else in it other than just me. I've left it run. And most of the time I'm moderator but when I kick off, of course, it drops to Barb, and she just loves it when she gets the moderator. No way. Anyway, but so the system, this Meet No Limit email system, is so versatile that you could be in a room with one person and answer a call in another system. It's okay, I can see.
I just noticed you're well lit and I'm not. But go ahead.
Yes, well, I took Steve Meller's course on how to light myself.
Ah, you did a really good job.
You like it? Anyway,
Love.
love it. Anyway, yeah, we're taking people past the hour, but the thing that I want to really make well known is not to be afraid to try this, because
Definitely.
there is so much support. If you've never written an email in your life, it doesn't matter. If you would like to become an email marketer, there's enough of us here that we can teach you how to use your system effectively. Most of us will give you enough emails to at least test your system out, if not start a whole business. Depending on what you want to do and what niche you want to be in, most of us have emails available that we can pass on to you, or we can teach you how to collect them. We can show you where to buy them if you want to buy them, and we'll show you how to make an email that gets people to open without being spammy, without drawing undue attention from Google or Microsoft or any of the other inbox providers that can give you a bad reputation. So we're into reputation building as well as email marketing.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
for me, generally is as like we mentioned before, really to actually build members a good working asset, good working business, and support it ourselves with obviously the knowledge that we gather together and we're still learning, we're still kind of young in the space, nobody really knows us, but the ability that we prove over the period, the last 3.5 years, is undeniable. The amount of data that we have, the amount of record we collected, the amount of emails that we've sent, and the amount of interaction actually we had with people like Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many other kind of big inbox providers. And on top of all that, the system that basically is open-ended, so you can actually send email to the whole world, even China, is no problem. So it's not like, oh, there's like, we cannot send to North Korea email. No, if you have the emails, you can send North Korea email if that's what you wish. So for us, like, really, it's kind of being an amazing kind of tool, like Doug mentioned about flexibility, just the live rooms, but really the emailer itself is so flexible, as you could mold to any kind of like business or service or niche or literally whatever you kind of dream to do with it, you could do it. And for me, that's what I really wanted for myself. Like, really, what we have inside No Limit Emails is about solving the problem that we personally face day to day, and especially in marketing. And we had an issue with lots of different companies blocking my email or closing my account down or not allowing me really to do what we're doing with No Limit Emails. And obviously, you guys had experience the last few months, literally when scaling up email, starting from zero in a very short period of time, reaching a kind of point that is almost unbelievable. Like literally the day 30, sending a million email, which is none of the system out there really allows to happen. Because some of them they scared, they get blocked or vice versa, or just lots of them really restricted because they just want to charge you either per contact or per amount of email sent and so on and so forth. But as you're witnessing and you're all experiencing, really, there's no charge how many email you upload. There's no charge really how many emails you can verify. There's no charge how many emails really you can send. It's just, there's no upsells, no downsells, no gimmicks, like literally just straightforward pricing, and everyone locks that price in. Really, it never goes up. We can go down, of course, you can go to zero, like Doug mentioned, bring 3 people in, it was free. And of course, at the same time, you also make that residual income through our own kind of like merchant accounts. Obviously, lots of people, they do affiliate marketing, but really the affiliate marketing that we do is just one-time thing. In our case, we didn't want that to happen. We want a really continuous thing. And also, really, I asked Warrior Plus, as we kind of started with Warrior Plus, if they can give us more than a year cookie time. So, like, every year, as you know, they give you the only kind of 1 year length because of the system change. But I was asking them to see if they can give us basically infinite. So as soon as somebody created a cookie, it doesn't expire. And that's kind of really what we wanted for kind of emails, but really just once every year. All you have to do is get in and refresh your link, and everything should be coming back to the normal. And this is like another thing. My goal was really not to make money with normal emails. It was never our goal to make money with normal emails because we could make money with email itself. So we really didn't need to charge on the egg to try to set things up. So lots of the expenses occurs on us, but we like to put that back to our fund. So what we spend, as we believe, is spent for the reason for everyone, and to accommodate all of us into the same kind of like umbrella without really going bankrupt. I mean, you probably have a question in the beginning. Somebody was asking this question: how is it possible you guys sending millions of emails and not getting broke, like not going getting bust? Because they only had experience with other kind of places. It's so expensive, which is generally is pretty obvious. Like, the system is yours; it doesn't cost you extra what you do with it. And that's the difference I think a lot of people don't understand. They think, oh, it's no limit emails, it's like ISPs, they charge us this, but really it's not. It's like, we are the workers setting all the things up for your brand, for a specific brand that you choose as a domain. And that running that domain is less than $200 a month, which is literally very, very minimal to just run the business, especially as you know, like if we don't pay affiliates, if we don't pay the charges for banks and PayPal or selling platforms, then we literally give everybody free. I mean, it is free, but generally when it comes to email, SMTP is expensive because it's not one of those things that you just can set it up without having proper licenses, without having proper legal entities set up. You cannot just really do that. And we did that from the day one. We have our own SMTP, as you all know, and our emails have been delivered without really any issue, and we never had any issues with any other kind of companies say, hey, your network is spamming us. And so far, we're sending literally every single day, very close to about 9 million, getting close to 10 million emails through our systems. And if it was illegal, if it was breaking rules, if it was something kind of shady going on, guess what? They would shut us down. Like, almost shut us down, kind of like big ISPs, so like Google shut us down. But that's not happening either in our system, neither yourselves, as you all can verify since the day you have your system activated. And worse in the sense, and you don't get to receive any emails, any complaints from anybody. And that itself is huge because a lot of people think that No Limit Emails network is set up is like spam man. And that's not really kind of the case. As you all know, we only send email to businesses, and we're not using them. We only send it one time. If we don't get any reaction, we move on. And that's why we can scale up without really abusing anybody. And of course, all the emails we send, it has an unsubscribe button. Anybody's free to kind of unsubscribe, and it's once integrated with Google, one-click unsubscribe. So by law, we have to integrate with Google, one-click unsubscribe. And another way is usually nothing could go to the Google because that's what the requirement is. And of course, when it comes to the email safety itself, as you all know, we try to be literally safe as any networks out there. As you know, like currently so many crazy things going on in the cyber world, cyber activities. We kind of everybody's keep getting hacked at our center. The last 3.5 years, our data center has never been breached. Touch wood, we will keep like that and keep it more secure and make sure like literally everything running for us. And for me personally, I could not really find a company specifically to provide me a data safety kind of environment as a server. I could not find it, and everywhere else, kind of, I tried to approach, they were asking literally, like, I need to mortgage my house in order to afford it. So we also didn't want that to happen to us, so we implemented all the cybersecurity side stuff ourselves, and as you all know, every time you try to log onto your system, it logs you in without kind of any glitches and any issues. And that's itself is like the cyber side of it is huge, huge cost. If we really put that on the fees that we charge, nobody could afford to actually enter to the system, would be because just the system would be for the most rich in the world, and we would not really allow everybody like us to have experience, which is that's like would happen. And we try to not do that, and we try to basically make sure that the prices affordable everybody could experience.
And we can.
Yep.
And I was just thinking while you were talking, Evan, that if people think about this system as their own store or their own business, if you have a store, there's no reason that this can't be your advertising. And so if you advertise through email, it's an email, a no-limit email system is cheaper than putting an ad in the newspaper, tiny little ad on the back page of the newspaper every day for a month. Like, it'll cost you a lot more than what no-limit emails cost you. And we even teach people how to get the leads that they need from the area that they want. So the system can be anything it needs to be for the person who wants to do business, whether it's a store and local or a store that's global and everywhere in between.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, the whole idea is literally kind of system that is yours, that really doesn't have to cost you that much to actually own it. And we could not really find any place in the world that they could even host stuff for us in a way that we want to kind of host things. As you all know, the hosting is part of it, and the system itself is being hosted in our end. There's literally nothing kind of we don't get in a kind of your kind of cPanel or your server side. So it's basically in a user safety. So there's like no risk for be it small company or just starting, or really big institution, or kind of really huge, in 500 companies. Normally they have this sensitivity, data kind of sensitivity. They don't trust anybody to just kind of go back in the back end and try set things up. And we also figured that out. Really, we don't have to really enter in anybody's servers, anybody's setup, and still can give them the system. Obviously, as you all know, it's browser based. As long as it's installed, you get your login in, and like Tom does all of his work on his mobile. And it's one of those things. Really, it was not kind of. We could not find it anywhere, really, without somebody entering in our servers to give us a system that we own and operate. And we could not find it. We said we have to figure out a way that we can build things up without really entering the client backend, because of their data consciousness, their data safety reasons. And of course, as you all witnessing, that's literally is kind of secure gate between us and the members, and as well as like members never risk any data that we imported into the system. As you all kind of witnessing, we kind of distribute lots of emails, publish lots of emails, and lots of people was kind of like having a big question mark: is system safe? Is system safe? And I guarantee you, we are safer than Facebook.
We know that we're safer than Facebook. Yes, for sure.
So shall we end the stream, and then we will jump back on to the members room and have a little bit more conversation over that side. And once more, I thank all of you for this first members kind of get together, and I hope you all had a pleasant time, enjoyed, and we will continue conversation in the other right. Let's say
My
goodbye
pleasure.
to everybody, and we will see you all next month, last Sunday of the next month.
Are you going to play us another silly song?
Sure, I can. We can kind of close it out with a silly song.
And take care, everybody.
Take
Catch
care,
you later.
everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
See you in a month.
Yeah, see you in a month. And we will play, and let's play that one with Chris's female voice. Can you hear the audio?
No, I can't hear it.
You can't hear the song. You can't hear the song? Oh, you can hear it on YouTube, but I got you. You can't hear it in this room, but you can hear it on YouTube. All right. I got it.
You tell us when it's done.
Yep, and we're off.
As the night falls and you start to drink, but busy at work behind the scenes, you find your path automate with ease, delivering emails for each team. Limit emails with a team you need. We plan automate and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. Making magic happen, promises to keep. No limit emails, we're the team you need. We plan automate and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're making magic happen, promises to keep. From data to design, we've got it all. Build your success standing tall with every click, every send we make. Your dreams come alive before you wake. No limit emails with a team you need. We plan automate and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're the email masters, promises to keep. Rest easy now, we've got you back. From start to finish, we're right on track. No limit emails, you can trust our name. In the world of email, we change the game. Emails, we're the team you need. Plan, automate, and deliver at lightning speed. No limit emails while you're fast asleep. We're the email masters, promises to keep. So close your eyes, leave it to us. With no limit emails, there's no fuss. We're the ones who never rest. Planning, automating, delivering the best.
Alright, we will close the stream and we will see everyone on last Sunday of the next month. Take care, have a great month, and happy Sunday.